Hey guys, we're back on the UIM again, and if you missed any episodes in this series, then make sure you click on the playlist in the upper right corner to get caught up. In contrast to last episode, which was kinda laid back with grinding and crafting, today we're going to be racing against the clock. I briefly mentioned it last time, but essentially I want to knock out some quests that require traveling to Entrana, as you can see the bunks in the boat behind me, and also recruitment drive, which requires a completely empty inventory. And we'll get started just after the intro. By the way, if you're liking these videos, then be sure to give this video a like and get subscribed and hit the bell icon so you don't miss future videos in this series. But anyways, you could probably guess that before tackling these quests, I'll first need to suicide in the wilderness, so I have an hour with my stuff on the ground, so I'll have a completely empty inventory for recruitment drive and can grab just what I need for Entrana. But before I do that, I first want to get some things prepared so I can take full advantage of that hour. First thing, as you can see, is I want to buy some combat runes that I can use when I'm fighting the zombies and tree spirit on Entrana. This will be a little overkill, I know, but I'm going to get 100 casts of water blast for the tree spirit and 100 casts of firebolt for the zombies. Then I'm going to get some of the items I'll need for the hand in the sand, like the white berries from a cave crawler, craft a lantern lens, and buy a vial. The rest should be relatively easy to obtain during the quests, so I think this will be good. Let me tell you a story. I figured these white berries would be like a bing bada boom, you're in, you're out, you're done, but nope. I've already killed, wow, I thought it was like 30, but this is saying 41. And there were several others that didn't drop anything and didn't get registered in the loot tracker. Ugh, it's only a drop rate of like 1 in 23. Can I please get my white berries? I guess it's also worth mentioning that I got a genie and got 31 herb lore, so that's good news. And so far I've gotten a few defense levels, about to hit 35 as well. Oh, all you gotta do is complain and you shall receive. I am really glad I did that before the quest. I just deposited that Raynar and the watermelon seed in the looting bag, and I guess the other positive of doing that whole adventure for cave crawlers is it got me a vial as well. Alright, I got my molten glass, and let's do this. Boom, that's one lantern lens made, and we should be good to go. That's not everything I'll need for all the quests, but the rest should be relatively easy to obtain during them, so I think this will be good for now. Just to be safe, I'm going to store the graceful outfit. I know it should be fine with the suicide, but I really don't want to lose it after just getting it. Alright, and here we go. Cool, now the clock's ticking. Let's get to it. As much as I want to start with Lost City, since that's such an iconic quest, I actually need to start with Recruitment Drive since I have to have an absolutely empty inventory, and inevitably I will acquire gear while completing either of the other two quests. One recent change, and by recent I mean like a year and a half ago, is that Recruitment Drive no longer requires you to be a woman, so thankfully that's one small thing I didn't need to worry about prior to the quest. Overall, this quest is pretty easy to complete, especially if you're willing to use the guide on the wiki. There's no fancy schmancy combat stuff, and instead the quest is just a series of random puzzles that you need to solve. You'll be presented with 5 different rooms in a random order out of 7 possible rooms, and they'll all test various skills like memorization, solving riddles, and there's also a simple combat test with a steel warhammer. It may seem tedious, but think of it this way. The White Knights have to vet their recruits somehow, right? So the first room I got is Sir Ren Itchwood, which looks like it's a clue thing. Oops, I got a not spacebar through that. So this room you have to use the first letter of each sentence to get the code for the door, which in this case I had meat. My second room is the chicken and the fox situation. Basically you can't leave the chicken and the fox alone on the same side without having that haystack in between. So yeah. It might seem a little complicated, but it's a lot easier than it seems, trust me. I do love though that when you pick up the chicken, it's almost like you're just kind of holding it in your shoulder. Or actually, no, it's kind of like you're putting your whole fist through the chicken. That is not delightful. So this third room's a little bit more tedious. You basically have to search the bookshelves and do a bunch of weird stuff, but not that bad. That's very aggressive. Yes or no with all caps. I guess it's yelling at me. And there we go. Basically made a handle with a spade, and then you make a key with some stuff in the room. Oh fun. This is the worst one in my opinion. But thankfully, I'm recording everything. And looks like silver axe. Looks like the halberd is missing. Room is done, and we're on to our final test. This one is pretty simple. We just got to grab the steel warhammer, equip it, and fight this dude. All right, cool. This should be quest complete. All right, yep, there we go. Quest is complete. We get 1k prayer experience, herb lore experience, and agility experience. 3k coins. We can also set our respawn point to Falador if we ever want to do that. 1 quest point, and we also get the initiate helm, which I'm not sure is really going to be useful, but you know, we have that if we ever need it. Okay, I'm just making a quick pit stop over here to grab some of my gear to make things a little bit easier when I'm doing the quests. Okay, I think I have everything I need. Obviously I'll get more stuff during the quest, but I think this is everything I've really laid out for this. Just make a stop by the house to grab the Graceful set. So here we are talking to Bert and Yanil to start the hand in the sand. The gist is, Bert found this hand in the sand pit and wants you to figure out who did it. Also, I'm doing this quest before Lost City since I will get a Drayman staff at the end of that quest, which I would need to either drop or re-suicide to retain it. You know, because it won't be allowed on Entrana for the hand in the sand. I love it when you just give a dude a beer and he's like, hey man, I love you, I'll tell you all my secrets. You're easy, bud. Oddly enough, I'm pretty sure this is the only doorbell in the game. Fun fact, my name is actually Greg, but my wife calls me Greg Bert, and she would totally love the fact that I'm talking to this dude named Bert. Man, I'm burning through these energy potions really fast. How convenient. He teleported me right to Betty. I need to buy some earth runes anyway. So I think we're in good shape. We have about a half hour left, and we're almost done the hand in the sand. Well, apparently the Ardoin cloak counts as armor, so I had to drop it. Hopefully whatever needs to be done over here can be done really quick and I can pick that right back up. Oh yeah, the dude's right over here. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, and this should do it. This should be hand to sand complete. There we go. 1 quest point, 9k crafting experience, 1k thieving. Can access the rune store whenever I get 66 magic, and yeah, we need to get going. Oh, 26 thieving, nice. I forget exactly who mentioned this, but thank you to whoever commented about the woodcutting tutor giving out free axes. Sorry, I forgot your name. Honestly, I was hoping for a little bit more time before starting Lost City, but we should be fine. It's a really short quest by comparison. Ah, yes, it's time for Lost City. This is probably one of the most iconic quests from the good old days of Runescape, since it unlocks the original best in slot melee weapon, the Dragon Longsword, and the OG spec weapon, the Dragon Dagger. Plus, it's like really quick and not too difficult of a quest where the main issue is just fighting a boss on an island without traditional weapons. I'll be honest, I had to voice over the last clip because my wife called me in the middle of it and now I have to make dinner. Fun. And here we go, here's the Entrana dungeon. Alright, so now down here we gotta kill these zombies until we get a, whatchamacallit, a woodcutting axe. Oh, I forgot I didn't have air runes. Shit. Well, I'm gonna log out really quick. Okay, crisis averted. I logged out and had some time to think because apparently logging out pauses the despawn timer. I'm just gonna teleport to pest control, buy some runes there, and then run right back over. Honestly, I should count this out better, but I'm just gonna get 1,000 air runes and assume that's enough. You know what I just realized? The monks of Entrana don't like you having any sort of weaponry at all, or even armor, anything related to combat. But look at this, I have a knife in my inventory. Either they're not thorough or they just don't really care about butter knives. Okay, here we go. Take 2. No, my luck, it's gonna take like 30 kills to get the axe. Look at me, cynical me, just getting the bronze axe on the first kill. I probably should have brought food for those greater demons. But anyways, we're gonna chop down this thing, and I think the safe spot's like over here. Hopefully Water Blast makes quick work of this thing. Okay, there we go. Tree spirit's down. Tree spirit defeated, we can chop the tree. Let's craft this into a Drayman staff. Boom, there we go. Since I'm actually done with Entrana now, I'm actually going to run up and grab my gear before completing the quest. I have like 10 minutes or so left, and I just want to make sure I have enough time to get a looting bag and everything's good. I'm here in the Ferox Enclave now, just getting everything sorted out, and I've made some changes to what I'm carrying. First change is I'm stashing the Tome of Fire and the Burnt Pages for now, since it's just kind of getting in the way while I'm trying not to use the charges, and I really don't think I'll be using it anytime soon. Also, the diamonds should be pretty obvious since I'm going to unnote one and use one for a power ammy in a few minutes. The rubies I want to cut and give to the museum curator to eventually get a dig site pendant in my house, since I'm aiming to unlock Fossil Island not too far in the future, and that would be super handy for birdhouse runs, which I love doing, by the way. Also, since my farming level is higher now, I want to use up these Hairlander seeds to train farming and herblore a little bit, plus it'll be nice to also rebuild my energy pot stash. And to free up a couple more spots, I want to use up these willow seeds, which should get me past the level 45 mark, where I can use these maple seeds up too. There's some more stuff to talk about, but let's get back to the quest and finish that up. Okay, and here we go. We just gotta walk through the shed door and boom, that is Lost City completed. We get 3 quest points and this dope staff, but most importantly, we unlock a ton of stuff with Zenaris. Looking ahead, I've already mentioned the fairy tale quests for unlocking fairy rings, but there's also Cheldar for higher level Slayer once I hit 60 combat, a permanent access to Puro Puro, the Cosmic Runecraft Altar, and the market where I can get the Dragon Long and DDS. Lot of sick upgrades. I'm just gonna grab my Ardoin cloak again. Ah, this feels normal. I'll stash a graceful cloak in my house per usual. I also figure I should use up these runes instead of just dropping them for some magic experience, so we're back at the Ice Warriors. Level 32 Slayer, and I can kill Mogres. Neat. That's 42 hit points coming in. Ooh, and that's total level 1000. I think that means I can lock my UIM status now. It's pretty sick. Man, this combat rebalancing for magic is gnarly. The Water Blasts were doing their usual bits, but these Firebolts, literally a significantly lower spell, like it requires 12 less magic levels, they're just going off and out-hitting Water Blast. I've been seeing some 19s, there's a 19 for you, and some 20s. It's just chaos runes, dude. Oh, a 23 into a 22. Oh, that's brutal for a bolt spell, sheesh. Coming up on the end of the runes, and there we get 52 magic. Moving on, I'm going to start the farming stuff by prepping these willow saplings to plant and planting a Haralander seed. If I haven't made it known yet, farming is probably my favorite skill in the game due to the time-based nature of it. I just love being able to quickly plant like some herbs or a tree really quick, then while I'm out doing things, my crops will grow, and I can quickly hop on for a couple minutes here and there to harvest and restart the growth cycles. I know it's a bit daily skip for some people, but for me with a full-time job, a wife, a zoo's worth of pets, and like a million different hobbies, it really fits into my lifestyle nicely. Looking ahead, these willow trees will be useful for another quest that I'm looking to complete, the Enlightened Journey. You need something like 12 willow branches, and the only way to obtain them on an Iron Man is to grow the trees yourself and prune them. For that, I'll probably just leave my last willow tree in the Grand Tree alone and just use the other patches for maples. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but the 5 tree patches that I'm using are the ones in Falador Park, Taverley, the Grand Tree near the Slayer Cave, obviously Varrock Castle since I'm here, and the one behind Lumbridge Castle. And finally, to leave you all off on a high note, I'm going to craft an Amulet of Power. I'm at the crafting shop in Remington to buy the tools I need. I got the gold ore from the Brimhaven spawn and the ball of wool from Amad in Ardoyne. Oh my god, I came to the Lumbridge Slayer Cave to get cosmics from a big frog, and it took so long. I actually got another defense level and a thieving level getting cakes just to heal. Just my luck, it took 37 kills to get a 1 in 21 drop. I know I should have picked up the ones I got from Ice Warriors, but I wasn't thinking about it. Oh well, what's done is done. So sad news, guys. All that pain and suffering, that all went to waste. I got literally everything together to make the Diamond Amulet and enchant it, but it turns out I don't have the magic level to cast the spell. I don't know why I was thinking it was level 49, but that's for ruby jewelry. Honestly, I really don't feel like training magic right now, so I just sold the diamond and I'll come back to the amulet when I have a higher magic level. Ugh, I'm so disappointed in myself. I don't even want to look at these gems anymore. I'm just gonna stuff them in the bag and deal with them later. The rubies are guilty by association. Well, that was a bit of a car crash ending that was totally avoidable, but hey, it could have been worse. More importantly though, we did a ton of cool stuff today, knocking out some of the annoying early level quests like Lost City and Recruitment Drive, which open up a ton of other content in the future that will be useful for the account, and I'm set up real nice to train farming for a bit and stack up some energy potions. So that's what I'll be doing for now, and I'll show you the spoils next time you see me. Speaking of which, I took your guys' advice, and next time I'm going to unlock Varlamore, since there are some new training methods over there that might prove useful for the account. See guys, I do listen. Anyways, as always, if you disliked the video, then you know what to do, but if you did like it, then smash that like button and get subscribed and ring that bell icon so you don't miss future videos in this series. This will be especially important now since I'll be traveling for the next couple of weeks between vacation and work, so I can't say for sure when my next few videos will come out. Don't forget to leave your thoughts on today's video down in the comment section, especially so if you have any more UIM tips that will help me out. Also go join the Ascending's Discord server if you'd like to hang out with me in the community. I hope you all have a great day, and I will catch you in the next one.